Loss of the thing due as a mode of extinguishing an obligation. Article 1262 provides that an obligation which consists in the delivery of a determinate thing shall be extinguished if it should be lost or destroyed without the fault of the debtor, and before he has incurred in delay. When by law or stipulation the obligor is liable even for fortuitous events, the loss of the thing does not extinguish the obligation, and he shall be responsible for damages. The same rule applies when the nature of the obligation requires the assumption of risk. So here in Article 1262, the loss mentioned here that will extinguish the obligation should be understood to refer to the loss of a specific thing. Okay, not a generic thing, but a specific thing. So as what we have discussed before, that a loss of a generic thing with or without the fault of the debtor will not extinguish the obligation, but the loss of a specific thing without the debtor's fault, let's say because of a fortuitous event, that will extinguish the obligation. So, if your obligation is to deliver a specific thing and it is not your fault na nawala ang specific thing, then the obligation is extinguished. Again, this is related to the concept of fortuitous events. If the obligation is to deliver a generic thing or indeterminate thing, it will not affect the obligation. Still, the debtor is liable. So if halimbawa, to deliver a car and you already prepared the specific car to deliver, but the obligation is to deliver a car. So even if katong imuhang giandam na car was lost by reason of a fortuitous event, your obligation still subsists because again, genus never perishes. It can be replaced by any other car because here your obligation is to deliver a car, a generic thing, not a specific thing. Okay? So we also remember the exceptions when the obligation will subsist despite the loss of the thing because of fortuitous event. Number one, when by law or stipulation the obligor is liable even for fortuitous events, the loss will not extinguish the obligation. And second, under Article 1262, when the nature of the obligation requires the assumption of risk. So remember, when by law or stipulation, so kapag law, an example would be if the obligation proceeds from a crime. So even if the specific thing is lost by reason of the fortuitous event, the convicted person is still obliged to deliver the thing. Kunya nawala naman ang thing, so the monetary value na lang of the thing. Okay? So stipulation, if that is being agreed to by the parties, na even if the specific thing was lost because of a fortuitous event, however, the parties stipulated or agreed that the obligor will still be held liable, then follow the agreement of the parties. Okay? And another one is when the nature of the obligation requires the assumption of risk. We already discussed that once, fortuitous events. Remember the insurance companies. Okay? Article 1266 provides that the debtor in obligations to do shall also be released when the prestation becomes legally or physically impossible without the fault of the obligor. So here, it refers to an obligation to do, so a personal obligation. The law says the debtor shall also be released when the prestation becomes legally or physically impossible, okay, without the fault of the debtor. So it's also a mode of extinguishing an obligation, okay, legal or physical impossibility. Like legal impossibility, for example, prostitution, no? In some countries, legal ang prostitution. For example, legal siya, and suddenly, it's prohibited na. So it becomes illegal. So you cannot be compelled to perform that anymore because of that legal impossibility. How about physical impossibility? Like obligation is to sing in a concert. Then you were involved in an accident. Nadaot ang imuhang, let's say, throat. Okay? Ang imuhang, di na ka makaproduce of sound. Na-disgrasya ka. So you cannot perform anymore. And that is physical impossibility. Article 1267. When the service has become so difficult as to be manifestly beyond the contemplation of the parties, the obliger may also be released therefrom in whole or in part. Again, this is an obligation to do. Same with 1266. Okay? Here, it's not physically or legally impossible, but it has become so difficult as to be manifestly beyond the contemplation of the parties. Okay, so for example, D agreed to construct a road near a mountain. A very strong typhoon caused an avalanche, making the construction of the road dangerous to human lives, which was not foreseen or contemplated by the parties. So in this case, D may be released in whole or in part from his obligation to continue with the construction. So same with 1266, the legal or the physical impossibility would release the debtor from his obligation. Here's a 1267, because of that difficulty, okay, beyond the contemplation of the parties, then that would also release the debtor in whole or in part of his obligation, from his obligation. Article 1268. When the debt of a thing certain and determinate proceeds from a criminal offense, the debtor shall not be exempted from the payment of its price, whatever may be the cause for the loss, unless the thing having been offered by him to the person who should receive it, the latter refused without justification to accept it. So here, Article 1268 is another instance where a fortuitous event does not exempt the debtor from liability. For example, in your textbook, D stole the jeep of C. Here, D has the obligation to return the jeep to C. The obligation of D arises from an act punishable by law, and that is theft, no stealing. Even if the jeep is destroyed without the fault of D, he shall be liable for the payment of its price. Okay? The exception to the rule is when C is in mora accipiendi. So in either case, class, D is liable if the loss is due to his fault.